Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my October book haul. I got an insane amount of books this month, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I don't know an exact number and I kind of don't want to know because I feel like it's a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it with my pal Candy Cat and we will just hop right into it. I only purchased one ebook this month, which was The Day I Stopped Falling for Jerks by Max Monroe. I'd been hearing about this book a lot, so I decided just to pick it up and, just check it out. This book follows a woman who has a history of just dating jerks, and she has had enough. After a recent breakup, she decides to lay down some ground rules for herself and decide that she is no longer going to date jerks. And so, long story short, she ends up going on a trip kind of around the world following a surfing competition with her best friend's brother. And the story kind of goes from there. I actually have already read and enjoyed this book. There is, I think, the second book in I think it's a duology. I think it's out now. But yeah, I picked this one up this month and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So part of the reason why I got so many books this month is because Half Price Books, I don't know if they did it all around the US, but here in Texas specifically, they did do their clearance sale where all books were $2 and under, and I of course went to that, and that's kind of where my spending got a little bit out of control. With that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of fly through these books as quickly as possible so that this video is not incredibly long like it would be if I really took my time. So I did pick up 3 books at the sale by Jean Johnson. This is The Cat, the Mage, and the Storm. These books are all about 8 brothers, and I think it's they're born in 4 sets of twins, and it's kind of like a fantasy, I think they're romance books. They sound really just enjoyable, quick fantasy romance reads, and I'm always down for that. So I picked these up. I don't know how many books there are in the series. I think that there's more than this though. So eventually I will be starting these and then I'll have them all to marathon them. So this is The Cat, the Mage, and The Storm. I also picked up 3 more books to another new to me author, and that is J.C. Burton. These are her play-by-play novels. I know that there's a lot of books in this series, and I have no idea where these ones kind of fall, but I think that they're kind of new adult, maybe a little bit more adult, some of them. Romances that involve sports. So I'm really excited to read them. I have Taking a Shot, Quarterback Draw, and The Perfect Play. I have never heard of J.C. Burton before, but I saw her books there and I liked the covers, so I figured I would just go ahead and pick it up. I also picked up this month Falling Away by Penelope Douglas. This is a part of her, I think it's a Fall Away series is what they're called. I don't know what number this is in the series. I've read the first 2. So I think this is number 4, but this one follows Casey and Jackson, and you do see them in the previous books, so that's really awesome. They're new adult romances, kind of. The first ones are set in high school, end of high school time. I don't know if they progress in age, as the series goes on, but I do enjoy them. They're quick reads for me, so I thought I would pick this one up, and I really like the colors on the cover, so I'm excited to get to this soon. I did pick up 2 more Christina Lauren books, and that is Beautiful Beginning and Dirty Rowdy Thing. I recently read the first book in this series, and I really enjoyed it. That one was called Sweet Filthy Boy. I totally forgot the title of that. But I recently read it and enjoyed it, so I thought I would pick up the next book in the series so that I could continue on with it. And then I also picked up Beautiful Beginning because it was so cheap, and I've read the first book in the Beautiful Bastard series, so eventually I will continue on with that, and I just wanted to have this one since it was so cheap. So I did go ahead and pick these up. Pick up a book by Lynn Curlin. This is Princess of the Sword, and this is a novel in her Nine Kingdoms series. I have another book in her Nine Kingdoms series. I've never read it. I couldn't tell you what they're about. I think that they're fantasy books with I think some romance in them. I'm not really sure the full story on them, but this one just says, born out of a fantasy world too wonderful to miss, the Nine Kingdoms trilogy now explodes in the fiercest battle yet, as the fate of a kingdom lies with man and a woman bound by love, magic, and a legendary and perilous sword. The third book in that series, but I think that there's definitely more in it now. I'm not sure. I just know I have another book in the series, so I thought I would pick it up. I kind of like the cover. It's got this like badass looking woman with a sword on it, so I decided to grab that, and hopefully I can get to this series soon because I've heard good things about it. And also, excitingly for me, I did pick up Grace Draven's Phoenix Unbound. This is the first in her Fallen Empire, I think, trilogy. Grace Draven, I think this is actually going to be considered her first like traditionally published book. I'm not sure, but I've been following her for a really long time. I really enjoy her fantasy romance books. I have them all on ebook, and when I heard this one was coming out, I knew I had to have it. And a bookstore here in Texas was having a signing there. I, of course, couldn't go, but they did, you know, sell like pre-order signed copies. So I did go ahead and pre-order a signed copy of it. So I'm so excited to have a book signed and personalized by Grace Draven, and I cannot wait to get to this. I will probably be picking this one up soon. This one says, a witch blazes but does not burn, a gladiator bleeds but does not break. Together they will challenge the empire which sought to destroy them. So it sounds really good, and I'm just so happy for her, and I cannot wait. I also picked up The Lost Prince by Julie Kagawa. This is a part of her Iron Fae series. I found this for sale at cheap at the clearance sale, and I thought, well, I've been reading that series and I don't have this one, so I should pick it up while I still can, and I did. I don't know when this one falls in the timeline. I think it's later on in the series. Yeah, it's like way later on in the series, but I wanted to have it. I really like the cover, and it's got like that cool, when they used to do like this kind of thing, I don't know what these are called, flaps, but I like that, and it's got the deckled edges, so that's really nice, and I'm excited to hopefully get to this. A book that I've actually already read long ago when it first came out, but I did not have a physical copy of it, and that is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of this book. It's like a typical YA book, you know, that was really popular when it came out. I read it when it first came out, and the reason why I read it when it first came out is I was in high school going to France, and I read this book on the flight to France. So I have like special memories of reading this book, so I just wanted to have it in physical form. And this one, of course, also has the deckled edges with like the flaps, but this one's like all cut out, all pretty. So this one follows Anna, who ends up going to like a boarding school in France and falling in love and relationships, friendships, things like that, you know, and being in a different country. It's so good. They're not like amazing books, but they're addictive. They are so addictive, and this one is, I have such a special place in my heart for this book, so I'm excited to have it on my shelf. I did pick up Rusty Nailed by Alice Clayton. This is the, I think, sequel to Wallbanger. I listened to the audiobook of Wallbanger about a year ago now, and I thought it was okay, and I saw this and just decided to pick this one up and try it out. This one follows Caroline Reynolds and Simon Parker. And it sounds like, can living together still be knock the paintings off your walls mexy? So it sounds like they probably end up living together and things go from there. I'm excited. These are just total smut romances, but they, you know, sometimes you just need a palate cleanser, and these are great for that. And I'm excited to pick it up. I picked up at the clearance sale was also Midnight Mass by Sierra Simone. I've read one Sierra Simone series, her American Princess, is that what it's called? I don't know, somebody will correct me. This one I have no idea what it's about, who it follows. It sounds like that there is some religion in it. I don't know if it's between a priest and somebody else. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I saw it and I recognized the author, and that was a good enough reason for me to spend $2. The Destiny of Violet and Luke by Jessica Sorensen. Jessica Sorensen is an author that I've read for a long time also, and I was so excited to see this at the sale because I enjoy her books. They're always like very emotional romances. Like if you're looking for like dark, angsty romances, she is a great author to pick up for that. I feel like she really delivers on that dark, angsty romance. And this one, of course, follows Violet and Luke. I don't remember if this is the first one or not. It's been so long. So I'm excited to have this and read this and have it in physical form on my shelf with all the other ones in the series that I have. Picked up at the sale, Bound by Hatred by Cora. I think it's Riley, I'm not sure how to say it. This is in a series, I think it's a trilogy. Yeah, the Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles. Okay, and this is the third book in the Chronicles. I read the first book because it was like a free ebook that I found, came across, and got to read. And and I thought it was okay. It follows like a mafia family and like how like their relationships work and marriages and romance in the mafia. They're pretty dark and angsty, not too dark though. Like if you're looking for something that's not super fluffy but also not super dark, they're, you know, good for that. So I'm excited to have this on my shelf and continue on with the series. Hopefully I can get to it soon. I also pick up a physical copy of Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. This is with this nice pretty cover here. This I have actually read. I read it when it first came out and I did not have a physical copy of it, so I saw it for sale and I picked it up. If you did not know, Beautiful Disaster, it follows Abby Abernathy. Such a tongue twister. And she's kind of like reformed herself into be this good girl, and then she meets with like her university's walking one night stand guy, Travis Maddox, and they kind of fall in love and just their dark world. And I've read it, I enjoyed it. I read it so long ago though, I couldn't tell you specifics about the series, and I know the series went on. I only ever read the first book. So it might be good for me just to pick this back up and reread it so that I can eventually continue on with the series. Also pick up at the sale 1001 Dark Nights, Easy With You, A With Me in Seattle novella by Kristen Proby. I met Kristen Proby at a signing a couple of years ago and I thought she was really nice and I got some of her books signed. I still haven't read them though, but I saw this and picked it up, and I think she's going to be at a signing that I'll be going to next year, so I wanted to have, you know, more of her books to get signed, and hopefully I can get this read. And just to kind of go through this a little quicker here, I did pick up 3 J.R. Ward books. This is A Lover Enshrined, which follows Fury, which is actually the next book in the series that I need to read, so I actually bought this one full price at half price. Full price at half price. Okay, anyways, jokes aside. This one follows Fury and kind of continues on with the storyline, and, you know, I don't want to give any spoilers. If you have not read the Black Daggerhood Brotherhood series, what are you doing? Please do it. You will enjoy them. They are vampire romance novels, and there's so much to them though than just like a vampire romance novel, so please pick them up. So I got Lover Enshrined, and then at the sale they had hardback, which is like amazing to me. I got these for $2 each, okay? Let's just marvel at that. I got Lover Avenged, who I think, I don't want to give it away. Yeah, this is Revenge's story. And then I also picked up Lover Mine. And this one is John Matthew. So these ones are later on in the series, but I could not get them at that price. So I'm so glad to have them. And yes, hopefully keep trucking away at this series. It's so good. Up at the sale, The Grey Wolf Throne, but wow. The Grey Wolf Throne by Cinda Williams-Shyma, and this is a part of her Seven Realms series. This is book 3 specifically. I know absolutely nothing about the series, and I kind of don't want to know. I've been collecting her books slowly but surely throughout the last couple of years because I want to just like binge read them, and I think I'm getting close enough now that I can do that soon, hopefully. But these are of course fantasy books. I think that they follow different characters. I don't know if it's different characters in every series or different characters in every book, but I'm really excited to get into these. They're really popular books and I feel like I've been sleeping on them, so it's time to get to them soon. We're almost done, I promise. Okay, so I also picked up Fueled, which is book 2 in the Driven series. I think that's what they're called, by Kay Bromberg. I know nothing about them. I got Driven as a free ebook a couple of months ago and I have not read it yet. Oops. But I saw this one and I think this is one of the original covers and I really liked it. I decided I would get it. This is like still like one that you would order like indie pub from Amazon, so I really liked that. And I know that the series is like now like a show on Passionflix, and I've been considering getting Passionflix, which is like I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but Passionflix I think is like, I mean, I don't know, okay? I just know what I've heard, but I think that they make like books like this into shows and stuff, and I know Driven was one of them that they made into a show, so that really interested me, and I thought I would pick it up. I believe it's a romance between a nanny kind of woman, or just a woman, I don't really know, between somebody and a driver of like a car. I don't know if it's like NASCAR or what. don't know, but hopefully I'll find out soon. And I did also pick up Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I did not pick this book up when it came out just because sci-fi fantasy is something that I really struggle to get through, so I decided to wait a little while until I came across it at a half price, and I did finally come across it. The cool part about this one is it does have a signed book plate in it, which was like a nice surprise after I got it. This one, I'm pretty sure most of us have heard about it. It says there's darkness sweeping across the stars. I've heard it get mixed reviews, and a lot of my friends did actually really enjoy it, so I'm curious to pick it up. I really like the pretty purple cover with the silver. It's so nice, and hopefully I can get to this soon. Next, probably one of my most exciting purchases that was like a total score for me this month was Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, and this is of course a signed copy. I happened to go into a Books A Million and come across this, and I'm so happy I did. It just makes my heart so happy. So it's signed and it's beautiful, and I did not pre-order Muse of Nightmares even though I loved Strange the Dreamer. I decided not to pre-order specifically to see if any like Books A Million or of the half prices that get a lot of signed copies in my area would have them, and it did, so I'm so happy. This is of course the second book in the Strange the Dreamer duology. I believe it's a duology. I don't know. I haven't read this book yet, so but this continues on from the story. I do not want to give too much away. If you have not read Strange the Dreamer, please do. They are so good. It is a fantastic fantasy book, and I know it can be hard to get into. Strange the Dreamer, you really do have to give it about 150 pages, and I know for some people they're like, well, why would I want to do that? But just believe me, like, the payoff is so great. I cannot recommend it enough, and I'm so excited to get into this one and to pick it up and to see where my babies are at. I hope it ends happy. Don't spoil it for me, but I'm ready to get to this one soon. 3 graphic novels this month that I found at a half price also. But I did pick up the first 3 volumes of Alex and Ida, I'm not sure how to say it, by Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughn. And these are a graphic novelization series that I believe follows a relationship between a man and I think she's like a robot. I'm not 100% certain, and I really don't want to know too much about it because it is a graphic novel. I don't need spoilers. I can get through it pretty quick. So there's the first one, the second one, and the third one. So I'm excited to read these. I've heard about them before, so hopefully I can get to them soon. I have no idea how many of the volumes there are out, but if I like it, I will definitely pick up more if there are more. Next is a book I'm actually still currently reading. I'm almost done with it, and that is Protecting Shaylee by Elle Christensen. This is the first book in her Fae Guard series. I went to a signing this month that Elle was supposed to be at, but she ended up canceling kind of last minute because she had a sick kiddo. So I decided just to go ahead and continue reading this because I'm sure I'll see her at another signing in the future. And I had never read her books before. I'd heard about her new adult romance, I think it was, called Until Rain. But I decided to pick up this one because I really enjoy fantasy stories. This one is set in kind of a universe where there's like, you know, your modern day world, like what we know today, and then there's also like a fae world called Rhine, I don't know how to say it. But they're both like super similar, and I enjoy it. It follows a girl named Shaylee who is half fae, and as she's growing up, there is always like this person in her life, Aiden, who, you know, at first he's kind of like her protector, her friend, you know, her playmate, and then as she gets older, things kind of get a little bit more steamy. You know, it's what it is. It's pretty good so far. It's definitely not too smutty, but I mean, it's just a fae romance book, and I was here for that, so I decided to pick it up, and my cat decided to take a bite out of it. That was kind of a little heartbreaking, but oh well, so hopefully I can get to this soon, and I will see if I want to continue on with the rest of the series. On to the last few books. I am so sorry if you've stuck around. You're amazing. So I did also pick up, and I did read also, Shadow and Ice by Gina Showalter. This is the first book in her Gods of War series. Don't know how many books are going to be in it. I did manage to snag an e-arc of this book, so I did read it a little early before it came out. This one is set in modern times. This is a new paranormal romance series where there's kind of like a I don't want to like have you guys picturing like War of the Worlds, but something kind of like that, where all of these like aliens send a warrior from their like planet, country, I don't even know what to call it, to fight in this all war to win the right to claim Earth as their own. And lots of things happen. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. This one specifically follows Nox and Vale. Vale is a human who is living in the modern times, and crazy things happen. She ends up coming across Nox, who is a, I don't want to say alien warrior, because I'm just gonna say alien warrior, so it's like an alien warrior. Things take off from there. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it was surprisingly like a really long book. I was into it. I thought it was great. If you enjoy Gina Showalter, please pick this up. It reminds me a lot of her Lords of Underworld series, but a little bit more mature writing for her, which was really awesome to see. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad to have it on my shelf now. Also picked up, just for cheap at the sale, Bliss by Lindsay Sands. This is just a historical romance. This one follows, it says, love thy neighbor, 'tis said, a fine idea, except when the neighbor in question is Lord Holden. Lady Helen Turnay has complained frequently about his treatment of people, too frequently perhaps, for the king intends to curb their constant bickering by ordering them to wed. Helen can't refuse a royal decree, but she'll do anything possible to drive away her devilishly attractive husband-to-be. So it sounds like probably a enemies to lovers romance, which I am so here for, and I'm so excited to get to this. Lindsay Sands is one of my favorite historical romance authors, and even like her vampire series is really good too, so I'm excited to pick this up. It'll be a pretty quick read for me, and yeah, so I have this now. And one of the last books I picked up is Julia London's Seduced by a Scot. This is a continuation of her Highland Groom series. These are historical romances set in Scotland, of course, and I love the covers. So pretty. Final mass market paperback that I picked up this month was Christina Dodd's The Runaway Princess. This is the book one of her Princesses series. This one sounds like it's like a princess who has run away or is in hiding or something, and she gets discovered by a man who claims to be her betrothed. And it goes from there. I'm really excited to get into this. It sounded really good just having read the back. And last but most definitely not least, I also picked up Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. To be specific, I have 3 copies of this book. I've actually already read Kingdom of Ash and loved it. I wanted to get it. I went to her Houston tour signing, and I wanted to try to have it read by then, but like the book came out on Tuesday and the signing was on Saturday, and I had spent all day Friday driving to go to the signing on Saturday, so I did not have it finished in time. I actually finished it like a week after it came out, but I don't even know what to say about this book. This is of course the final book in the Throne of Glass series, and it picks up kind of like right where Empire of Storms left off, so there's not, like, there's some little bit of a time gap that's gone on, but nothing too extreme. And it's so good. I don't even know. Oh, it's so good. I think this is probably, I want to say it's one of my favorite books of the series. I really liked Heir of Fire, but I really loved this book so much. So much happens in it. I don't want to give any spoilers away because I'm sure most people probably haven't had a chance to finish it yet because it is ginormous. This book is so big. But it makes my heart so happy. And the nice part about these is this one specifically right here that I'm holding up is the Books A Million Special Edition. I pre-ordered this one, and fun fact, I actually had to get a new copy sent to me because the dust jacket that they had sent me came ripped all the way up the middle. But luckily Books A Million was really awesome and they replaced it for me. But yes, this is this one. It has like her signature stamp on the back cover, and then of course I don't want to give it away, so if you guys don't want to see the photos in here, don't look. Okay? So this is the first cover in here. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful, beautiful. I think it's by Tiraj. I'm not sure who the artist is. I know it says it in there. My bad, I should have looked. And this is the back one. And it is so beautiful. All the feels. This book is all the feels, and I'm so happy to have it. And the reason why I have 3 copies is because there was the Books A Million special edition, and then there was also the Barnes A Million exclusive edition, which I thought that there was going to be more to the special edition here. Let me show you. So the Barnes & Noble special edition, which I got the last copy at my Barnes & Noble. I couldn't get it, sold out online, and I had to go into my local Barnes & Noble and I got the last one, so I was really happy I did. And this comes with this beautiful artwork. I hope this is showing, with all the characters on it, done by Charlie Bowater, of course. It is so wonderful, so beautiful. Because of course I went to the Houston tour stop, I did get a signed copy of Kingdom of Ash. They were pre-signed for us. I had a general admission ticket. I did not get VIP because those sold out so fast. But it does come signed with a special little insert page. I had so much fun at this tour signing. Like, I laughed so hard. She was so awesome, so funny. I have some clips that I'm going to try to interject in here if you guys want to see. I mean, if you even care, but I'm going to try to put them in here. It was such a good time. The readers there were so awesome. I just want to say the reader community is like one of the friendliest communities. Like, I went by myself and I ended up meeting so many people, and also another really nice woman who I sat with who had gone alone too. And we just got to share our love of Sarah J. Maas and Throne of Glass, and it was so wonderful and so much fun.
Very comfortable seat. People would come up to me and they would be like, "Oh my God, I love Tamlin so much." You do? That's sweet.
Also got some stuff while we were there. So you can get, these are tattoos, and I don't know if it'll show here, but this is of course, you know, the stag with the eternal flames and a crown in his horns, and it's a tattoo. I did not put mine on. I decided just to keep it because it's so pretty. And then we also got, everybody who went to the tour stop, I believe, got this beautiful artwork done by Charlie Bowater of Aelin, and it is wonderful and beautiful, and it's big, and I have no excuse. I need to put this on my wall because it's way too beautiful to just hide away. I was so happy to have this. It's so wonderful. We also, of course, got the tote bag for the world tour. And then there's also a pin, which I have no idea where I put mine. I put it somewhere over there. But I had such a good time. I'm so glad I went. And I'm not even going to try to hold up all these books this month because if I do, they'll kill me. So this is my haul. Plus a whole bunch more. I hope you guys had a great October month. I had a fantastic month, and I'm so happy to have all these books, and now I have to find places for them on my already packed shelves and get some reading done soon. So I will see you soon. Bye!